I think I can auto all the way to the queen. Probably. God, Libby, I want to stick my face in Libby's ass. Is that just me? Am I the only one that thinks that when she's in position 4? On TikTok? No, I took it off. What do you mean, huh? Bruh, I would fucking smash Libby. 100%. Nopers? Too small for you? Well, fuck you then. All for me. Bruh, Libby is so fucked. Libby and Velvet are probably in my top 2 now. I mean, even though she's just ahead, I mean, I'll make it work. Libby's a lolly? Oh no, you think Libby's a lolly? Oh shit. I mean, by the way, I paid for this today. There's only one lolly I will defend to the death. Which is Yukikaze. Finish that sentence? Hmm? Yukikaze is the one lolly I will defend to the death. Period. I have like almost every Yukikaze figure. I paid $100 shipping for this bitch this morning. I got the email that she was shipping. She's now shipping. This exact figure is shipping this morning. I had to pay $100 for $125 for her to FedEx or DHL to my house in 3 days. I am paying for this. She's a lolly? Yeah, she's considered a lolly. Yukikaze, I mean, this is her normal version. Yukikaze is like for Taimanin series, Yukikaze and Kirara are my 2 favorite. Oh, where the fuck is Kirara? Gotta be careful on that. I mean, Kirara is the other one. I have every Kirara figure that exists. But they're both tsunderes, so that's why. They're both tsunderes. She didn't look like one here. Yukikaze is 100%. I mean, she's like considered lolly. Acceptable. Yeah, Yukikaze is like the one. She's a soon. She's very cute. I forgot who her VA is. Her VA is someone famous too. I can't remember who it is. Her and Kirara's artists are the same artist though. Like, so Yukikaze's artist and Kirara's artist, the big-titted Soon. It's written by Aoi Sabasane or some shit like that. I can't remember. Those are the main time and in artists. It's late. I want to catch a live stream. My Nikke is gonna go to bed to watch something he already knows. That's just crazy. I might wake back up though. I want to finish tower. If I finish tower, and I get like 3 hours to nap, maybe I'll restream. If not, if we get stuck on something, then I'll... I don't know, maybe we'll just fucking watch anime in Discord. I don't even know. I don't know, a lot of those I kind of like. Oh, I like Anchor too. Anchor is probably maybe the other lolly in any game that I would say is like... game-wise, it's like it's Yukikaze. It's, I would say, yeah, Anchor's on that list. For anime, it's Beatrice from ReZero. I really like. But Beatrice from ReZero is Suin's VA. But she's just it's a drill tail tsundere. So it's not like that unique, but it's like the know-it-all tsundere. You hate Coco? Yeah, Coco's kind of retarded. I don't think, in my view, I don't see. Libby is like on the border of a lolly. She's a kudere. In my view, she's a kudere. She's like soulless, kind of like when you watch something like Outlaw Star, like Ray. I think that's what her name was. Like a robot and has no feelings type, or like what's Evangelion, like Ray from Eva, like no feelings type, red eyes, robot, synthetic. That's kind of how I see you, Libby. She's just kind of a synth. The Emotionless Girls? Yeah, that's like that's kudere. Cindy's in the same bucket. Like, red eyes, white hair, kudere. She's literally Ray from Evangelion. That's what Cindy is. emotionless, you can fucking clap her and, like, you're trying to get her to have some kind of emotion without getting clapped. I think kuderes are cute depending on the character type, but my my preference is always yandere, like Velvet. I like the psychopaths. Kudera. Kudere. Dere. Same like tsundere. Tsudera. Like tsundere is Tsudere. Kudere, same thing, but KU in the front. Yandere is YANDERA. E. Dere is just like a. I don't even know how to explain it. Personality type, I guess. Easiest way to say it. Personality type. Like Privity is a tsundere. Rupee. I don't think Rupee is anything. Completely different trope. Velvet's a yandere because she's just like obsessed with you. Same with like Label. Label's a fucking yandere freak. She's a yandere freak, but also a girl failure. She's like two different things. Oh fuck! All right, we're here. All right, hold on. Oh, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. I gotta get a beer. And we gotta get a beer, and we gotta get Asuka. So I'll leave the audio on for you guys. Yo, thank you for the gift subs. Holy shit. The fuck? Alright. Did I change the outfits? Let's see. Oh, wrong software. It's 35% off. Yeah, I was gonna donate a couple buddies too. Oh, I haven't copied them over. Shit. All right, we're gonna risk it then. We're in cow outfit here. Let me see who's let me see what the clearers are. This is the last boss in tower. Now, lowest is a 386. I'm not even close to that. Let me see what's on my server. So let me get OBS on my other PC. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate it. Fucking really appreciate it, man. 200 floors below me. So they're gonna get a lot of notifications that they are. They're gonna get a lot of notifications this week. I dethroned this whale at 500.
But trauma chasing lowest NA clear with alt Rapunzel and zero cubes while
destroyed.
Still ignoring water and leaving mint in the dust. Subs at 35% off. And you got 3 open union spots sitting empty. Unmute and start filling them already, you vacation menace.
I'm trying for lowest NA clear. Wait, on Queen? For real? What is the lowest clear? Let me get my give my shit. Give my shit. What's the lowest NA clear? It's not that low, is it? It's Yanni at 255. You must talk about mint, or I was talking about mint. Oh, team, you're doing. $253. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've done that in the past, but the lowest. Let me see. It's Yanni the Clown. I like shit on Yanni because it's really easy to do. You know why it's easy to do? You know why it's easy to shit on Yanni? Because he's at 741 and he's putting Sandy at level 1 here. Literal clown shit. So that's not a real low clear, that's a fake low clear. I cleared chapter 17 with Summer Neon at level 1, by the way. So not real, fake. Anyone that's using the leader, give me that. Also bullshit. Okay, so Aquilix, who's in my union, actually did it at 267. Okay. Should I? I'm gonna daddy up on him, then. I'm gonna daddy up on him. Now, how do I do it then? Maybe I go Anise plus Moron. Oh, we're already over. What if I just do this? Two 556-548. 253. There we go. What if I just daddy up on him and I don't even need the 5th unit? What about that? Because bitch use a level 1 Senti. I don't remember the boss fight. We'll figure it out. Oh. Dodge the laser sweep. Unless you get a crown burst. Alright, what is this bitch's fucking gimmick? I don't even remember this shit. She jumps on the highest attacker? Oh fuck, Oscar died. Damn, should I pull a Yanni? Should I just put some garbage fucking unit in position 5? You know what I should do? You know, fuck it. Oh, hold on. Is there a level 1 I can remove out of the sink? Or is there a unit I could use that's useful and then just take them out of the sink? Like, maybe I just put Privity here and desync. Yeah. I'm gonna put Privity. I'm gonna desync her. Yep. I'm gonna put Privity. I'm gonna desync her. Bro, hey, you wanna be a fucking loser? All right, I'll show you. I'll show you how petty someone could be. Throwing a level 1 unit with the buff is still better. Yeah. She's still a 10-10-10 Privity. Pathetic. I think we're still lowest clear on this, right? We are! We are! Hey, that's how we're gonna play. That's how we're gonna play, right? Like, fuck him. Fuck him. Now we go for lowest clear. Ooh, okay. Can't peek. No peek. No peeking. No peeking. Not allowed. Should just go raid there then. Are you fucking shitting me? Dude, why are we not getting fucking burst in the first shots? What the fuck is going on? Frames? Hello? That's iframe. You can iframe that. Why the fuck are we not iframing? Everybody died. Attack a unit that's already dead. Thank you. I needed to hit Priv there and then cover crown on the recoil. Nope. No! Okay, alright, hold on. Alright, what time is the, live? What time is the live at? It might be worth, going and, like, putting shit on the grill while I'm fucking, dealing with this shit. And then, like, finding content to watch in the meantime. Like, find some react shit to do. Let's see. Oh, it's in 3 hours. It's in 3 hours. So maybe maybe I'm gonna go start the grill. Let me do that real quick, cause otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble in terms of bacteria on the food that's defrosting. All right, give me like 3 minutes. I gotta go like get the trigger started.
She's got thick like Moby.
Should I be a dick? Should I be a dick? Should I be a dick? Should I be? I'm gonna be a dick. This motherfucker. I uploaded more content on my socials. Mick Puto, the reposter. Bro. All right. I wrote Mick Puto, the reposter. Dude, all he does is repost. He's scum. Anyway, we're gonna.
Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
We're gonna go to just chatting.
I was smoking. My father said that to me. He goes,
Because I can beat this, but I'm choosing not to.
you know what's a good thing about you? You never.
Can't even read what I typed. After dropping 100, you still can't handle when I go soft on you, huh? Breathe, Siglet. Your account sins can wait till after tower clear.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till the live stream. So we're gonna watch Joe Rogan with one of my favorite comedians, Tim Dillon, and I'll pause it as I go. You gonna take a break? Yeah, you should.
Aw, Fairy Cat's still waiting on the Nikke stream? We're already leaking summer skins and smashing towers, so
Oh my
tell
God.
that cutie to crawl in
Yeah,
before I
we're
drag
not
them
gonna
here
get
myself.
we're not gonna get the real stream until like 1 o'clock. So I started the grill. I have beer. I have snacks. But we're gonna like chill for now, because if I beat the boss, there's literally nothing for me to do. If I don't beat the boss, it's me malding until the stream comes. So I'd rather just like watch something in the meantime. Oh shit, this is 2 hours. Holy shit. All right. So I'm gonna have to react, I guess. I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to what's going on here.
Never smoked them down to the filter.
Let me make sure closed captions are on.
What a good kid. And what a great family. What a great family.
My sister smoked when we were in.
Oh fuck, it's in Japanese. Whoops. Forgot about that. XUCL. I mean, I could put Cop Slop on. We could watch Hassan. But I've gotta put something on at least for a little bit, because the grill's getting hot over here. I need like 10 minutes before I could go put my food on. And then even then, that's gonna take probably about 20 minutes. I don't have a I mean, these cameras, yeah, I don't have them set up so I could like actually walk with them. So we're in a tough spot.
High school. I was always like, God, why are you smoking? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then I had to do a play once with Adam Ferrara and a couple other people, and I was supposed to play this something that a bunch of comics wrote, like a funny little sketch thing, and I was supposed to play this like tortured liberal arts student, and it was like smoking cigarettes. So they wanted me to smoke cigarettes while I was doing it. So I smoked like 15 fucking cigarettes while we were doing it, and I threw up. I had a fucking horrible headache. I was like, oh my God, I'm so high.
Wow.
I'm like, my arms don't move.
What
right.
is this
You never
fucking
smoke
shirt?
cigarettes at all?
Ruby.
And you just smoked 15 in a row
Ruby.
during-
Were you like an athlete too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so that totally fucked you up.
Oh, completely
Oh,
fucked me up. Yeah.
No, the first time I had a cigarette, it's so
Joe's
terrible, but
Joe's
I
a
was like,
fucking
this is great.
Joe's a fucking weeb now, bro. We're taking over this shit.
My body responded. I don't know how. Like what you had is the very normal experience.
It was just too much. One cigarette I actually liked. I was like, "Ooh, what a head rush! This is
Right.
kind of cool."
Also,
Now
also
I
the
got- I
fat
kinda get
homo
why you guys like
on
this.
the
Interesting.
But I had
that's
we
a
were doing
guest
this
is
thing,
like
and
one of
I
my
had
favorite comedians,
to
Tim
always
Dillon.
be smoking. So we had
Yeah.
a rehearse. We were doing it all day, and I wanted to try to like feel normal with a cigarette in my
Yeah.
hand. So I kept smoking them, and then I liked them, so I kept smoking them.
Yeah, it's a tough thing because the thing about, and I've been sober 15 years from alcohol and drugs, and I look at people that are really drunk. It doesn't look appealing. It doesn't look.
He's wrong. 100% wrong. Being drunk is the only way to deal with what's going on.
But when you see somebody with a cigarette, it always looks good.
It looks like
It always looks good. You never say to yourself, like, that person's going to lose. Now, you'll get sick and die, but you never go, they're going to lose control of their life.
right.
So you look at somebody with a cigarette and you go, oh, yeah, they're having one. They're cool. It's fine.
They're using it to help hang on.
Again, I never look cool with it. It's like you look at an actor doing it or someone at, like, the Cannes Film
Sean
Festival.
Penn.
Yeah, someone like that.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet has one. He's the size of one, and he has one. And I go,
Does
that
he
looks
smoke?
They removed my content. They removed my comment. Am I banned from the YouTube? Hold on. Am I banned? They removed my comment. Oh wait, yeah. I'll post it. I'll write it again. Nobody asked Mick reposter.
fine. Probably in France or something. You know what I mean? They all do shit like that. So you'll see that and you
You
go,
should get a cigarette holder to go with your sunglasses.
Yeah,
One of
it's
those
just
Hunter
cigarette.
Thompson cigarette holders.
yeah,
That's your next move.
I just
One of
got
them
a
long stems with the cigarette at the end of it.
like 1920s.
Yeah,
Like
old-timey.
1920s and
Yeah.
no, it's the worst thing because the smell is terrible
Right.
and it destroys your clothes and
Yeah.
it's very
That
bad
is true.
for
That
your
is true.
health,
I used to
obviously.
smoke, and man, you can't get that shit off your tongue in the morning when you're brushing teeth. You like brush your teeth, you're spitting up tobacco flavor. That was one of the main reasons I stopped smoking Marlboro Reds. Because goddamn, the next morning it was awful.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things that it's just such a good product. What other product could they tell you it kills you and we're raising the price every year?
How about in England where they smoke like crazy? You have actual cancer on the fucking cartons.
That when you buy them, and I was in London and you bought one, there was a dead baby on one of
Photo
them.
of
They
them.
were like low birth weight.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is terrible.
And no one cares. They smoke more over there than anywhere.
They smoke more over there. They don't eat the way we eat. Like they don't understand the way we eat.
Gluttony.
They don't get it. There's something called Toby Carvery.
Is it you, Heavenly?
where
You
can
wrote
just,
SMH?
like, just ladle on
the fuck outta
Sunday
here.
roast and Yorkshire pudding and stuff. But for the most part, the portions are smaller and people are more behaved in that sense. But they drink more and they smoke.
This is it.
European World Cup or at least in a reminder with Taco Bell Ranch and unlimited refills. Oh, Pog.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, yeah.
America.
Because they get sick. When they come here, they get sick because there's chemicals in our food.
Somebody was telling me they went to Buc-ee's and
Dude, Buc-ee's is the
there
shit.
was, the
Hold on.
soccer team.
Fuck you. No, fuck you, Baldy. Buc-ee's, dude. Every time I had to travel to the South, Buc-ee's was the place. It didn't matter what time of day it was. Buc-ee's had me. I was fucking starving from the airport. Buc-ee's had the food.
We're at Buc-ee's for the first time, and they just fucking couldn't believe it.
Of course.
Imagine that's one of the first experiences you have in America. You walk into a Buc-ee's,
Yeah.
and you're from Czechoslovakia or some shit.
It's one of the most American places,
Baldy?
as you said, that exists. You have this gas station, but that's also like a weird theme park of food.
Oh, it is. Dude, LMAO this gas station. Yeah, Buc-ee's is the shit. Every time I left the airport, if I was in the South, dude, Buc-ee's had me. Buc-ee's on the way from the airport had something for me to eat. I ain't gonna shit on Buc-ee's.
And all kinds of other shit that you could need.
Yeah, this guy, dude, LMAO this is a gas station.
Yeah.
Well, do you see how big they are?
Yeah.
The first 24 million views. That's hilarious.
No, it's completely alien to their culture.
Yeah.
To have a place like that where you could go buy, the Costco's are alien to them. The idea that you could buy mayonnaise in a bucket or jars and things that you would keep they all think we're preppers. Because if you go to like a big grocery store chain, you're buying food for a long period
is a
of time.
baldy.
They don't do that there. They buy stuff for like the week.
They have small refrigerators.
Yeah, small refrigerators, couple of days.
Yeah, they
don't have
live off
refrigerators
nothing.
like we have, but also they don't have the same amount of preservatives in their food, which is why. It's
Yeah,
so
all their
poison.
food is no
They
good after a
also
day.
don't think, and they could be wrong about this, but they also don't think they're going to lose access because of some race war.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there is a little.
I mean, the Europeans should really be reconsidering
Bit of
that.
planning that goes into some of these grocery runs that does seem slightly paranoid.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the news media over here ramps
Yeah.
you up.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
start thinking about stockpiling gold.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Listen,
Well,
when
it's-
I lived in LA, when my kids were young, I had an apocalypse truck built.
Right.
That Toyota Land Cruiser I got, I need a bug out truck. Like a truck where I could store a lot of shit in it and it could literally drive over a mountain. That's what I need. I need a car that's not just a road car.
Right.
I need a car that occasionally shit might go sideways and you got to get the fuck out of here and you got to drive through the desert.
Wow. And and I've left LA multiple times to make that drive, not in an apocalypse car, but because of fires, because of
yeah.
riots. Like sometimes you just got to
Fires.
get out of Dodge. You
Three
gotta
times. I
leave.
got evacuated 3 fucking times when I lived there.
Yeah.
And it got as close to like burning my fence down.
It's part of the LA experience to get in a car. David Spade called me once during the riots. He goes, "Your block is on fire." I thought he was kidding, but there was just overturned cop cars on fire, and it was like riots. This was 2020. So I just got in my car and I went, okay, and I drove to the desert. That's part of the LA
Yeah.
experience is fleeing.
That's what Palm Beach is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, right?
Yeah, you flee.
Yeah, you flee.
You go.
I mean, Palm Springs makes no sense. It's hot
Yeah.
as fuck. There's no water.
Well, you
All
know
these
why
people
it
are there
started?
with money.
It started because when Paramount Pictures was doing edits, if you were in a movie, you had to be within 200 miles of until the movie was finished editing. It was in your contract. Palm Springs is like exactly 200 miles from LA.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
why. Yeah, that's why they started it. Hollywood. They were like, we own you. You can't go anywhere until the film is edited. So if you want to go on a vacation, you have to go there.
You know what's interesting is like Pasadena was where all the like producers lived.
Yeah,
There's beautiful houses in
Gorgeous.
Pasadena, man.
mid-century modern, beautiful.
Yeah, incredible places like
Yeah.
estates that just seem completely
Yeah.
out of place,
Totally beautiful,
like
and
from another time.
From another time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing in LA now. You get the vibe that your Santino made a brilliant point. He's like, it's not Hollywood, it's Hollywood the sequel. Like you're not living in the thing anymore. You're living in whatever the second version of the thing is.
Right. The second of the
Yeah.
thing is second version is TikToker.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, you have
it's
to live
not
in
what it
the
was,
you have to
and
live in the
every
streamer
place
house.
seems a little bit like a museum, or like it was cool 20 years ago or 15 years ago. You know,
Somebody recently said this, and it's perfect. They said LA is slowly becoming Detroit.
interesting.
Yeah.
The only thing that might save it is the weather.
The weather will help,
Right.
but the industry dried up.
Right.
So the big industry in Hollywood, regardless of whether or not it's the biggest economic industry, the biggest industry in terms of like cultural value and
Totally.
like getting people to
Bro,
move there.
do you think he has a headphone dent? Well, maybe he doesn't because he's so bald and he's old.
Was
Maybe he
always
doesn't have the headphone
and
dent.
they barely make movies anymore.
They overtaxed and overregulated their biggest industry to other states and other countries.
Yeah.
And most people are making things all over the world, and very few I think at one time it was like 80 to 90%. Now it's 25, 30% shot in LA.
Wow.
It's a big difference.
That's a giant difference.
It's a
Well,
big
that
difference.
arrogance of like, this is the best place in the world. Everyone's going to come here no matter what.
Right.
That's the Gavin Newsom attitude whenever he
Right.
defends California.
Right.
Talks about how great the GDP is. We're the fifth. We would be the fifth largest economic.
Yeah.
He starts rattling off all these wonderful statistics. And this is like, instead of acknowledging, we've got fucking real problems. People are moving for the first time ever.
Oh, look, this retard's posting in. Hold on. To be honest, these collabs oriented towards the East player base because those franchises are very popular. Meanwhile, I'm still wanting Edgerunners collab. What a fucking... This guy's a retard. Dude, like, literally, thanks. Thanks for the outdated information, Mick Puto. Appreciate it. Very insightful.
Ever more than they're coming here.
Right.
We're losing all these giant corporations that are instead of that, it's just this we're the shit. No one's doesn't matter. I'm very big on California. I'm bullish on California.
Right.
It's always going to be amazing here.
Well, it's
Like,
what
just-
every empire said until they fell.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
we are the thing.
But people don't want to ever believe that things can fall. It's so weird. We'll walk right through the.
What do you have
Colosseum
like the
and
most
never
retarded
happen.
fucking
When
people
we landed
always
in LA,
posting the most
I looked
retarded
to the
things?
right, and that warehouse was on fire with 85 billion or 85 million tons of chemicals.
Is
in
it
a
because they
warehouse.
speak at a
It
fifth
was on
grade
fire. It
level
was
or
a
like
multi-day
what?
blaze. And you're landing and you're looking out the window and you're just seeing the warehouse on fire, and then there was a car fire on the 405. Like, I sold my house, I have an apartment there now, but like as I was going to my apartment, there was a car on fire, and as I was landing, the warehouse was on fire. And you start thinking to yourself, somebody doesn't want us here. Like, somebody wants us out. Like, it almost feels like we're being evicted by nature.
By nature? Interesting.
Well, by
Maybe
nature-
human nature.
By bad decisions, by
Let me see. Let me see. Do
Which
I
is
get
nature.
another?
You
Do
know,
I get
human
another
nature is nothing.
ban? Do I
I
get?
mean,
Do I get another
stupidity of
message
humans
removed?
It's no different than the stupidity of animals when they go extinct.
Do you think it comes back? Any shot? Any
I should just
chance?
sit in the. I should just sit in the
Something
Nikke
big has to
chat and
happen.
fucking
I mean,
troll.
there has to be something that completely shifts the way
Especially
LA
that
looks
fucking
at
idiot.
itself. You know, it has to look at itself as like a functioning business.
Motherfucker,
instead of a
motherfucker
giant
takes
scam
like
for
people's
nonprofits.
Right.
memes and then
A
just
big
like
part of
repost
LA's
them.
problem is there's a bunch of people that are in the empathy industry,
Yeah.
and they're in the we're working for this and we're working for that, and a giant chunk of their money is going to that kind of shit.
I did a great show at Oceans in Atlantic City, which is a casino there, and the owner of that casino was talking to me.
Literally scum
I
like the
said,
guy fucking
what would fix Atlantic
DMCA'd.
City, because Atlantic City has some
Parasite.
similar problems to LA. but vastly worse.
Yeah, way worse.
And he was telling me, he goes, we have just a high amount of people and a lot of social programs in one area. So you have
What?
a lot of people that are not, for whatever reason, productive, and they are living in one area, and everything that comes along with that, which is crime, which is, vandalism, which is, disorder to varying degrees. And he goes, you need to get rid of that in order to have a climate where businesses can thrive.
100%.
Which is what happened in New York in the 90s. People hate it. They don't want to admit it. But what happened in New York in the 90s was like they did clean up a lot of the crime, and a lot of businesses then felt better about investing.
100%. But
Yeah.
that's what Giuliani did.
That's what he did, yeah.
And he's demonized.
He's demonized. He's demonized. He's one of those guys where if he had just done that and died, his legacy would have been amazing.
Right.
But he's hung around for a while.
Yeah,
and
Giuliani
he's
kind
gone
of
into
fucked
some
himself.
interesting tangents. So it's one of those scenarios where it's like, had he just cleaned up New York City and then left public life, it would have been like that guy.
Right.
But he hung around a little bit and, got involved.
They always have to hang around.
They always
That's what
hang
they
around.
Do.
They
It's
always
like
hang
you're
around.
going to do shows.
That's
you're always
right.
going to do
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stand-up.
That's right.
You're always going to do shows.
But he did
Just
such a
stand up
good
right now.
thing, and then it was like, just
Yeah.
exit.
Who's also, he was easy to make fun of, like the time where he was sweating and his dye.
Well, that's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
He's melting.
Yeah.
He's doing a
The hair dye
press
was crazy.
conference
Like,
in a parking
Don't
lot.
dye your hair.
Yeah,
You're
no.
100 years old. It's okay to have gray hair. It's just these guys.
Oh my
There's
God.
so much silliness on both sides. There's silliness on the left and silliness on the right. There's goofy people because the only kind of people that want that kind of position of power are a little goofy.
Right.
You don't get the best and the brightest and the most enlightened that want to be the mayor of New York City. It's
No.
it's not
Well,
the
you
job.
get a lot of people that want power and they want
Yeah.
influence, and they,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of that, the AI stuff, which is very interesting, is starting to. I think it might. I don't know how quickly it will do this, but I do think it's going to lessen some of the cultural divides, and I think it's going to potentially unite people because I think it's going to be. The next fight seems to be about surveillance, privacy, your own rights, what rights you'll have. Like, I feel like that will be, it might take precedent. Instead of like these cultural fights that people have been having for a while, it might be like people might be demanding autonomy, from artificial intelligence.
The problem is
Too
going to
late.
be if you can't demand, if you don't have a voice anymore. And this is the potential nightmare scenario that we're seeing play out slowly in England. So
Right.
in England, they're
Hey, Celeste, do they have any rights under AI autonomy, or they're fucked? I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have to subjugate, right? I want to know what she says. Oh my god, she's way behind.
War crimes? ICC? What's that? Hell didn't sign that treaty. I can do anything I want, sweetie.
There you go. You heard it first.
freedom of speech has been suppressed to an alarming point where people are not freaking out nearly enough about it. The amount of arrests that people get over there for fucking retweets and likes. Retweets and likes.
That's so crazy to me that you could get arrested for liking a tweet.
Arrested.
Not even retweeting, because we all know if you like, you're a piece of shit. You should retweet. We all know that. Retweet it.
Right.
So, and if you're going to go to jail, you might as well retweet it anyway. If you're going to get locked up,
What if you
just
get extra
retweet
years
it.
for a retweet versus a like?
I'm sure. Your Honor, my client just liked this. They were confused. They hit a button.
So as soon as you have people that feel like the reality of the world they live in is not being represented, and they're not allowed to complain about it online, because if they complain about it online, they get arrested.
Right.
So right now it's for immigration primarily. This is the big
Right.
one. But that could change. That could change.
Well, it does seem to be that they.
Oh, they
feel
haven't
that
removed it yet.
decision made by somebody that the public can only discuss issues in a very rigid way. They can only offer their if not everyone who's talking about immigration is doing it in the most articulate way, but it's their right to do it. It's their country. They should be able to say.
1 second. Let me go put the let me go put this shit on the grill. All right. Shit is on there. What time is it? All right. I got like 15 minutes, and then I would have to check it, make sure it's not burning.
Read about increased levels of immigration, and they should be able to say that in an ineloquent way, right?
Right.
So what they're doing now is they're policing certain words and I think certain ways of speaking, and they're calling a lot of things an incitement to violence. Now, some things clearly are an incitement to violence, but the internet, people speak in a colorful way. People talk using irony. Some people are trying to be funny. Some people are. So I think the way that they're doing it over there is they're basically looking at these statements and going, this person is inciting violence and threatening the public good.
Right. Are you talking about Hassan? Because honestly, if he's trying to like cover for Hassan deserved it.
By what they're saying.
Right. And then there's also people were getting arrested for saying that they were rape gangs.
And there were.
And so this new report, who released this new report that said 250,000 people? It says UK scraps police probes of legal social media posts after review says response went too far. So this is April 1st, 2026. But I just saw a thing about a guy getting arrested like a few days ago.
And we have rape gangs here, but ours are more successful.
I think that's a legal social media posts is what's weird. So legal social media posts.
Right.
Their law is different than our law. They don't have freedom of speech over there. So
Right.
incitement to violence is a violation of their law.
Right.
So when it says legal, it could just be they went too far for things like cartoons or something like that. That's
Right.
not clearly not an incitement to violence. But would it find out, Jamie, what that report was about the rape gangs?
I was just there for 21 days. I was in London. I went to Paris for a couple of days, but I was in London primarily for 21 days. And you talk to different groups of people, and London's a global city. It's a cosmopolitan city. It's like New York. And, I think one of the things that, they're used to diversity there. And so they're not full on panicked about different types of people coming in. But there is undeniably a real problem outside of London, also in London, but outside of London because a lot of the economy is stagnated. So you're bringing people in. It's not clear immediately what jobs they'll do. And a lot of their cultures vary greatly from the English culture in a meaningful way. And that could be the...
Imagine that. You bring a bunch of people that are not national to the country that they're immigrating to. Of course, they're going to have different beliefs.
Rights of women, that could be the rights of gay people, that could be the opinions about freedom of speech, that could be freedom of religion, whatever it is. There is a cultural tension there between, immigrants, migrants coming in and the very established society that's been around for a very long time.
This episode is brought to you by the Farmer's Dog. Here's a fun half-year's lobbyist.
We're skipping this. I don't need to hear about the Farmer's Dog.
Bring everyone in.
Michigan, yes.
Only. Like we were talking right before the show.
Yeah.
Is it about Dearborn? Is that where it is?
Dearborn, Michigan, yeah.
So we're a bunch of really progressive people. Thought it's amazing.
Sure.
Bring everyone in.
Bring
Everyone's welcome. And so they got enough Muslim people in there where they could vote in a mayor. And then this guy says, no more pride flags.
No more pride flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're inching towards what they would like.
Yes.
Which is Sharia law. If you ask
for sure
most people who live in these Islamic countries. Now, again, if you're asking them, they're probably under duress. They're probably terrified of saying the wrong thing.
Right.
So you've got to factor that in. But at least a percentage of them think Sharia law would be a great idea.
I think there's certainly I mean, and this was covered up too. A lot of the grooming gang scandal there.
Yeah, so we're looking at it right now. It says this is on National Review, the UK's horrific rape gangs. So but there was, is this the rape gang inquiry report, right? So who put this report out? Members of Parliament and Restore Britain party leader Rupert Lowe. And so the investigators had limited powers, such as inability to compel witnesses or require sort of document production that could corroborate some of the most heinous victims. Viewed with those limitations in mind, the independent report is a damning collection of victim testimonies that vividly portray the sexual terrorism that occurred nationwide for decades. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is terrible. I mean, obviously. I mean,
I think they said it was 250,000.
This is terrible. I mean, that's the response. Okay.
Want to inflame anger against, population of migrants.
Right.
Most of whom I'm sure were innocent of this, obviously. But it is something that...
Sure.
In a free society, everyone has the right to know if there are rape gangs in their country and who's operating them.
But isn't that crazy that under the guise of progressiveness, you've enabled rape gangs?
Well, 100%. It's crazy. But it's also incredibly, it's not shocking because the ends justify the means approach of politics seems to be what we're doing right now, whereas basically if the goal is to just eliminate whatever it's being called, like this patriarchal white male dominated society, and if you want to get rid of that and that's the end goal, a lot of people ignore what happens in the middle. Like a lot of people aren't super concerned about whose rights are being respected in that process because their end goal really is to kind of decrease the power of people they disagree with, So, I mean, it's like, it's hard to look at this and not see a design. And I don't quite know exactly where the design comes from, but it's odd that this is all...
The design comes from George Soros. It comes from, like, these people that think that they fucking know how society should operate. They want a multicultural society that is designed around their kumbaya ideals of the way that the world should operate versus the way that the world operates in reality.
Happenstance. Because everybody knows it's happening and people are afraid to talk about it. So I would imagine that at some point, You know, for example, like countries like Ireland right now that are having lots of issues over this. It's, you know, they're part of the EU, and the EU would set migration policy for Ireland. So the EU is a supranational organization that would basically say, here's how many migrants you have to admit. Here's your carbon emission standards. Here's your, monetary policy, whatever it is. And Ireland is kind of in that sense, they feel like they're losing their sovereignty. They're losing their ability to chart the course of their own country to a supranational organization that primarily seems concerned with the economics, because if you bring in more migrants, you can artificially grow the economy, which is what they're doing. A lot of people in Europe are not having children. So a lot of these economies are run by people that are not really too concerned about the cultural landscape of bringing migrants in. They're looking more about how do we grow this economy? How do we get cheap, help and how do we get workers? And a lot of it is you're getting third world migration. Some of it's genuine refugees for sure, but a lot of it's economic migration. People are coming for better life. Hard to blame them. But do the people that live in those countries get to have a better life? That's the question. If you lived in Ireland, do you get to have a better life? Do your economic prospects get to grow? Do your children get to own property? Do they get to have health insurance and a job and things like that? And no one seems that concerned about that. Like these citizens who've lived forever in these countries, whose grandparents have fought and died in wars to secure the freedom of some of those countries, Britain, UK, things like that. Those citizens seem to not be as prioritized as people coming in.
No shit, because they're easy replacement
From other countries. And that's
and you can deport them, or you can abuse them as part of this entire process.
one of the big problems that they're having there.
Well, it's really interesting to watch, because if there is a plan, I mean, it's not interesting, it's kind of horrific, but
And voters are
interesting
retarded,
that-
so they
it can be both.
Sure.
all you have to tell them is you're
If there
racist.
is
You
a
don't
plan,
believe this.
like whose plan? Whose plan, and who's benefiting from this? Like, why would you do this?
I think it's a small group of people that concern themselves primarily with economic matters, that don't care that nation states have cultures and histories and customs, and that doesn't bother them as much. And their basic response is to just deal with it and to call everyone a racist who questions it, or to say everyone's
There it is.
jingoist or ethnocentric or anti-immigrant.
Hey, if you want your country to stay your country, and you want to have your family remain your family and not have to change your religious views, then hey, you're a fucking racist.
Or whatever, they shut down those conversations. And I think it's because a lot of people believe more in a global world, and they don't believe in a world of nation states that have their own ability to govern themselves. They want to take that power economically from those people, and then eventually they want to take it culturally and every other way. So they just want to go around the world and say, here's the way every country will look. Here's the economic policy of every country. And if the people in those countries don't like it and they express, that on social media, they're going to get kicked off. And if they organize in the streets, they're going to use, military authority to fire water cannons at them or shut them down or use gas or whatever. And if there's a genuine resistance movement to some of it, they're going to infiltrate it and turn it into some psychotic thing, which they do all the time.
Right.
So it's hard to see it, not to sound like a paranoid nut job, but that's what I am and how I've made my living. But I think it is clearly someone's design. This isn't happenstance. None of this has to happen. We don't have to invade countries, sponsor coups, steal resources, and then drench our communities in guilt and say, now we have to bring all those people here and you have to deal with it. None of that has to happen. That's a strategy. of a group of people that want to keep perpetuating this.
Do you think it also has one of the factors might be that they want conflict? The more conflict people have in the streets, the less they're going to pay attention to what the government's doing?
Well, 100%.
Yeah.
I also think the more chaos in the street, the more likely you're going to be willing to accept
New laws,
new
surveillance,
technologies.
Yeah.
And you're going to just say, I want peace.
Yeah.
And I don't care how we get it. I don't care how we achieve it.
Yeah.
And I think that's very possible. But it does feel like it's on the road a little bit to where people want a uniform standard across. But as you've said earlier in this,
Hold on. I saw a new drama to interject myself into. I saw a new drama to interject myself to. There you go.
it's very interesting because this uniform standard is supposed to include non-binary art students in Vermont and religious Muslims from North Africa.
Yeah.
Good luck. But I mean,
But it's amazing that the people that would be most opposed, the people that, like, if you do bring those people in, the people that are going to hate the most are the people that want them in the most.
yes.
They're the ones who are most likely
Yes.
to say we shouldn't have some border that keeps some person from coming
Totally.
here and no person's illegal.
And the people that want
Yeah,
them
no
in the
person's
most,
illegal, by
I
the way.
think, are not even the people bringing them in. They're being used.
Right. They're suicidal empathy.
Their
like,
empathy is being
yeah.
weaponized. It's being used.
Gad Saad
People,
talks about it.
right? So people that are manufacturing this reality are using those people. These are the same people who really don't care if people in the state over have health care.
Right.
These are people that haven't spoken to their sister in 2 years.
Right.
And they care a ton about people in the Ukraine or people that are coming over from Syria, whatever. But we fucked up Syria. We put that guy in who used to be in ISIS. We got rid of Gaddafi. There's slave markets in Libya.
Right.
So we did that. We sent refugees all through Europe. We destabilized all of Europe. And, you know, you can't take us out of it. You can't take Western powers out of it. You can't take Israel out of it. You can't take the U.S. and Britain and France and a lot of other powers that have destabilized these countries and sent these people flooding through Western countries, European countries.
That made me want to like
Yeah, fun.
wait, I have to.
It's going to be a fun next 50 years.
It's kind of crazy when you see
but, like-
images of France.
like,
There was
James
a
Poole's is
video
cool
of
enough,
France from
Putin's but you're not
1998 from Paris
I don't
Yeah.
know what is
versus
about you.
today. They
Yeah.
showed like 1998
Like,
and then they
you
showed
muted.
It's a
2026.
different,
You got some, like,
it's a
different world.
different thing. And, you know, listen, some of that's inevitable. The world changes, different groups of people, you know, but then you look in Ireland, this guy just got beheaded in the street, which I'm against and I think is wrong. And he beheaded some guy.
Dude, hold on. Whichever, hey, man, I draw the line at beheadings. Wrong, by the way. I draw the line at the beheadings.
A migrant who had been brought in had beheaded or damn near beheaded, tried to. And there's a video of it. And now Belfast, like, you know, it's probably quieted down now, but there were like tremendous riots. They were like burning things down because they're like, we never got a vote on this. We never got a vote on bringing the people in.
Yeah.
We never got a vote on that. No one ever asked us how much demographic change we wanted in our country and how quickly. And what
This is what most Americans are waking up to. They're like, yeah, what the fuck? Where did I fucking wake up in?
we were prepared to do. No one ever asked that.
People don't like to admit it, but an armed population, it's much more difficult
Totally.
to pull things off on an
100%.
armed population.
100%.
And that's another part of the problem with UK and with Ireland and all these places. It's very difficult to have a gun.
Diversity also relies on a very productive economy. So New York City works to the degree it does because people can go out and get jobs because the economic reality of the city is that it can support a lot of people coming in. There are a lot of jobs for those people. But when you have a stagnant economy, like many parts of the UK, that's a lot harder. It's a harder sell, harder to assimilate people into a landscape where the people there are not doing well. Like the people that have lived there forever are not thriving. They don't feel great. Their prospects economically aren't great. And now you're bringing all these new people who also are struggling to find work. So that's part of the problem.
Do you think that this is being done with a strategy, knowing that AI is about to completely disrupt society?
Yes.
Yep.
I believe, this is what I believe. I believe no one, for example, no one's trying to get anyone in this country to own a house. No, people pay lip service to the idea, but there's a lot of people now, a lot of them are my age, who have never owned a home and never.
Yeah, if you don't own a home now, you're not going to own one. If you didn't buy a house during the pandemic, when interest rates were basically flat, you're kind of fucked.
And no one's wants them. They've forgotten what owning a home feels like. They've forgotten what it feels like to like have a yard where you can invite people over and drink a glass of wine and smoke a cigar and watch a game, and they live in a little apartment.
I don't know. By the way, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what this is. I don't know what like that life isn't. Like I don't know what that life isn't. Because I have a house and I own my own property. I've had a house since before the pandemic. I got fairly lucky and I bought like a really cheap house. And I sold it. I bought a new house before the pandemic. I don't know what it's like to not have, I guess, a roof over my head that I own, as opposed to paying like rent on. Yeah, what's up? Kick chat. I barely check Kick.
You know, they're on a MacBook. They're getting radicalized in any direction. They're upset.
Let me see. What's going on, Kick? Do I need to ban somebody? Somebody acting a fool. Oh, what's up, Awesome Sauce?
Hey man,
Oh, what's up, Awesome Sauce?
Because I would say like that video was, you know,
They're on dating apps or whatever, but they don't feel like they have a foundational core to their life. No one has really.
I turned off most of my other
really even giving
chats
them the idea that they're going
because
to get that. So I think that's just one of the
they're
things
generally just for
where
bots.
they're basically saying like, no, you don't need a house and you're not getting a house, and forget what owning a house was. Like, forget that doesn't matter. And I think part of this is because they know, same thing with healthcare. There's no real movement to give anyone healthcare in this country. And if it is, it gets shut down immediately. So on the positive side, you might go, well, they know that AI is coming and that AI is going to do a lot of stuff with health, and it's going to help extend lifespans. But also on the negative side, they go, AI is going to disrupt the economy to a point where, like, we're not going to have people owning homes and cars and things like that. We're going to have a lot of people without a steady income, or they don't really know what to do. We're going to have a lot of wealth that's existed, a lot of capital, and we're going to have tremendous inequality. We're going to have a lot of joblessness. So for sure, I think that they're preparing for that. I mean, there's no way you can look at the landscape, because they're selling the country off for parts. And this is both parties, and this is like, they're selling it off for parts. So, I mean, obviously, something's coming. Something's coming for sure. And I don't know when it is, and I'm sure the AI thing's overblown to an extent. and I think so much of our GDP depends on it that a lot of these companies are lying. But Anthropic's a creepy. These are creepy companies.
It's not overblown. I'll just say from the AI side of things, like we're in this like motion right now of who's gonna get fired, basically. It's a lot of white collar workers that don't really provide much value generally, or they have so much institutional knowledge that they've managed to not get fired. It doesn't really like AI is like accelerating the speed at which the people that were not doing a whole lot are being found out faster.
You know, I mean, they're just creepy.
Well, the amount of power that tech companies have in general is unprecedented. There's never been corporations. I mean, unless you go back to like the East India Corporation that, you know, you go back in the day where they had like an enormous army.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
And they took over India and Pakistan. And but if you look at what they're doing, it's very different than that. You know, other than the army part, what they have is robot armies. And then they have...
Actually, you know what I should do? I'm gonna raid Brushy, and I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna raid Brushy, and then I'm gonna come back in like an hour. So I have time to. So I actually have time to go make my food, and then I'll come back for the live stream. If not, we'll just watch it tomorrow. Keck bye, yeah. I'm worried I'm gonna burn my food. I'm actually really worried I'm gonna burn my food. And then I'm gonna be like during the live stream, I'm gonna be really mad that my food's burned. So I'll be back in like let's see. Yeah. I'll come back in 2 hours. Shit. Yeah, cause I'm gonna burn if I try to like watch the rest of this video, which I could do, I could make it. I'm gonna burn my food, man. So we're gonna come back. We'll raid Brushy. Brushy's doing hard campaign. And then like 15 minutes before the live 15 minutes before the live stream starts, I'm gonna finish tower. Because we're basically on the last boss. So I'm gonna raid Brushy. That way I have time to prep. It also gives me a time to restart both PCs because I want to check something with Celeste with the live 3D. She has huge tits. Which one? All right, we're gonna raid Brushy. I'll be back in like a couple hours. We'll watch the live stream. I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'm gonna go make sure I don't burn my shit. Otherwise I'm gonna be mad. You know what? Actually, with the live stream, I can go into VR chat. So, I can actually go into like a better category with a better model. So we're gonna do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Cause then I can add the angles. Yeah. Look up. Yeah, we can do the angles. We can do the angles on the on VR chat, and I can put it on the live stream. So I'll catch